Hey, what's up, everyone? Seth here from lawofattractioncoaching.net. And today I wanted to do a book review for you, The 10 Pillars of Wealth, Mindsets of the World's Richest People by Alex Becker. Now, I was first introduced to Alex Becker through the internet. I'm a SEO client consultant, so I'm always looking into new internet marketing systems and platforms. And Alex Becker, if you don't know who he is, he's really big in the internet marketing space. He's been around a while, and he's made a lot of money online. Now, the reason I actually bought the book is I attended his 10 Pillars of Wealth event, which was in Las Vegas, Nevada. And by attending that event, I guess I bought a copy of the book. In fact, I literally have stacks of these books, stacks and stacks. There's a whole nother stack over here. I can't even put them all out here. So I guess part of my fee to attending the event bought like 20 or 30 books. And I think the reason he did that is it put him on the Amazon bestseller list or the New York Times bestseller list, which is truly genius. And that's really the kind of guy he is. He's always thinking outside the box. He's always thinking about different ways to make money that other people aren't thinking about. Now, this book, I've actually read it a few times now, and I'm just going to give you my honest review. Now, as far as books go, there's definitely better written books out there. If you go back to some of the classics like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, we talk about a lot here, and books like that, they're definitely a lot better written. But this book took a lot of the concepts in Think and Grow Rich and put them into kind of today's modern framework, and that's what I really liked about it. There was a lot of stuff in here that I had never really thought about that he really broke down in a clear and concise way, and I think it's a great book. So I'm just going to briefly go through it. And you look at the price on Amazon here; it's $9.06. If you have Prime, you probably get free shipping. It's definitely worth the money. You're definitely going to get $9 of value out of this book. In fact, you're going to get a lot more than $9 of value. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of the chapters just so you can kind of see what it's about and decide if this is a good book for you to purchase. Now, first, rejecting the getting rich slow. I'm an internet marketing guy. I'm an SEO client consultant, and I'm not looking to just make a little bit of money. I'm looking to scale my business up. I'm looking to make a lot of money. And a lot of people think that getting rich is like a grind over 30 years, 40 years. You work that 9 to 5 and you save your money. And I can tell you the kind of people that I run with now in the internet marketing world, that's not how we think. You see people go from broke to millionaire literally in 6 months or a year or 2 years. And that's just the everyday reality. So the first chapter, I think, of the pillar, excuse me, these are pillars, not chapters. I think that's great. Reject the idea of getting rich slowly. You can be rich by the end of 2016 if you wanted to. All right. Number 2, separating time from money. Pillar 2. And I think this is a great pillar because, my mindset was always like, you got to work, you got to earn your money. What they do is they try to create systems. Alex Becker, he does a lot of software. So he tries to create systems that actually make money for him while he's not even there. So he can be out at the bar drinking, he can be sleeping in till noon, and he's still making money. So it's all about creating a system that makes you money without you actually having to put in the physical effort. Now, originally, you're going to have to actually work to set up these systems, but once they're set up, then they'll just continue to produce wealth for you. Number 3, pillar 3, accepting that you must be better than everyone else. And this one really hit home for me because, there's a lot of people that are just kind of average out there and they just think they're average. That's never going to make you a lot of money. That's never going to make you a millionaire. You got to know that you got to work harder. You got to be smarter. You got to be faster. You got to be stronger than everyone else if you want to make it. The internet has gotten so competitive that if you don't really want it, I don't think you have a chance. So you got to really accept the fact that you got to be better than everybody and live it every day. Knowing every little thing is 100% your fault. Whatever, we'll skip that one. That's not bad. But adopting an abundance mindset. This one's huge. Pillar 5. All right. So if you think in scarcity terms, this goes back to the law of attraction. I talk about it a lot in our videos. We talk about it in our writings. Napoleon Hill talked about it. Bob Proctor talks about it. You have to have that abundance mindset. You have to know that you can make $1 million, that your business will be successful. And you have to set goals that are outrageously big that help you achieve that. And so that's an abundance mindset. You have to have that. You have to leave scarcity behind. There's no scarcity of money. There's literally unlimited money. It's up to you to go out and figure out a way to attract it to you and through you. Forgetting what if and focusing on what is. So, really focusing in on your business of what really is going on and what, how you can really make that money. mapping out actions that achieve goals. So this is the stage of where you need to actually plan your attack. So first you need to set your goals, and then you need to kind of map out the actions and the roadmap to get there, and then you need to stick to it and follow it. Focusing solely on what gets you paid. This is huge. You know, I make most of my money through internet marketing, through client consulting, through affiliate products. I need to focus in on that. I don't need to get distracted by other projects that I maybe don't understand as well. You know, there's so many different ways to make money out there. I constantly have people come up to me and say, hey, will you rank my product on Amazon? Hey, will you rank my website? And, you know, I could get distracted and never really get anything done. But this pillar is so key because the real trick is to focus on what's making you money. So strip back everything, look at your life and figure out where's the money come from, and then put most of your effort into that. Now, of course, there's other projects we want to do. You know, maybe that money's going to come later with those projects, and those are fine. But the bulk of your time should be focused on what's actually getting you paid, all right? And for me, that's really client consulting, you know. People give money to people that get people. So this is huge. You know, I got into the internet thinking that I wouldn't have to talk to anyone. You know, I got into working online away from a brick and mortar business because I wanted to just sit back behind my computer, not leave my house, just kind of be a recluse and make my money online. That's not how it works. You know, as a client consultant, having an SEO agency, I realized really quick that I actually need to get out there and meet people. That's how you get customers. You can't just set up these funnels online and expect, you know, people are just going to magically want to work with you when they don't know anything about you. You know, so you got to actually get out there. You got to meet people. You got to understand people, and you got to be comfortable with people. I know a lot of people out there are not comfortable around people. They're not comfortable, you know, walking up to new people. They're not comfortable walking up to women. You know, whatever your holdup might be, you know, you got to get past that because money's going to come to you when you're the type of person that's comfortable around people. Finding competitive friends and suitable mentors. This is huge. You know, Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich, and pretty much every book. Bob Proctor, you know, all the greats talk about this. Tony Robbins. You got to have mentors. You got to have people that have done it before you that you can learn from. If you hang around people that aren't really going anywhere and don't have goals like you, then you're not going to achieve your goals. You got to hang around people that have big goals, that are really looking to work hard and achieve something great, and then they will inspire you, and you can kind of feed off each other. So that's huge. And then the secret pillar, making the decision to be wealthy at any cost. You know, a lot of people, I think, you know, they're out there and they're afraid to really make a big goal. You know, I mean, my goal is I want to make 50 grand a month, right? And I want to do that mostly from passive income. And a lot of people out there might say, hey, that, you know, I don't want to set a goal like that because what if I fail? Well, if you think like that, then you're probably never going to achieve really anything of substantial value in your life. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, to put your goals out there in a video like I'm doing right now. And even if they're a big goal, and, you know, and really work and do whatever it takes to achieve it. And even if you fall a little short, you're still going to achieve way more than you thought was possible. So I think that's a great pillar. And then bonus, starting your own business the right way. So that's kind of the 10 pillars plus the 2 bonus. Overall, it's a great book. I wanted to touch on one other little thing, though, that I thought was really interesting in here. He breaks down different types of businesses, and he says, understanding the 3 different kinds of businesses. And this is a huge mistake I see a lot of people make. And I probably, this 2 pages, it's literally, no, it's like 3 pages here, was probably the biggest aha moment in this whole book for me. So I see a lot of people, especially in the town I'm from, you know, they take out a big loan and they buy, let's say, a restaurant, right? So they take out $1 million loan, they get a restaurant, and they don't have a lot of savings, and they're in business for about a year, and then they're not making enough right away, so they fail and they lose a bunch of money. The problem they made is they didn't start with the right business, okay? So the first type of business is what's called a cash flow business, and that's the type of business where you have limited overhead and you're mostly relying on 2 things, your time and your skills. So as an SEO client consultant, people pay me to rank them on Google, all right? So if I fail at doing this, I don't have a lot of overhead, I don't have a lot of monthly expenses. Basically, I would just be wasting a little bit of money that I put into my website. You know, I'm not going to lose a lot. Now, contrast that with someone who takes out $1 million loan and gets into a restaurant that they know nothing about. Well, they're taking on a huge amount of risk. So the best place to start is a cash flow business, something where you have a unique skill set that you're really specialized in and that you can make money with limited overhead, limited risk, limited commitment. And that's the best place to start building your wealth. Now, he goes on The next type of business is a high investment scalable business. Now, this type of business is the type of business where you separate your time from your money. All right. So you're basically creating a business like software, which Alex Becker is in, software, where he puts this upfront time into creating these software, but then once it's released into the public, people are paying these monthly fees to use the software, and he's not really having to do anything anymore. So he can take that business and he can scale it from just him in his living room to a multi-million-dollar business, and it's not going to take a lot more of his time. So you go from a cash flow business, which is all your time, to a high investment scalable business, which is something where you put in original time at the beginning and then it scales up to the point where it's making you money without more of your time. Okay. Now, the third type of business that he talks about here is a long-term investment business, and this is the type of business you can only get in if you have money. But these type of businesses are almost 100% passive income if you set them up correctly. So an example of this would be like an apartment complex. So let's say you stack a bunch of money with your high cash flow business. You know, you're a specialist at SEO. You stack your money for 2-3 years and you got $1 million, right? Well, you take that and you put that down on an apartment complex. You hire a property manager to run it, and then all of a sudden you have passive income being created for you every month, you know, through the rent that the tenants pay without having to actually do anything. Okay, so that's what's called a long-term investment business. And the problem I see people make is they start in the wrong order. They start with the long-term investment business. They take out a big loan without any money down. They don't have enough equity in the deal. They get behind on payments. Maybe tenants move out and then they lose the whole property and they go bankrupt. Well, you got to start things in the right order. And I think Alex did a great job of really breaking this down in this book. So there you go, guys. That's my review of the 10 Pillars of Wealth. It definitely was some pretty good insights that I hadn't thought about. If you haven't heard Alex Becker, definitely Google him, check him out, and definitely get this book for $9. How can you go wrong? I'm going to leave a link in the description, and you can click. If you want to support us, order it from us. It'll send you directly to Amazon, and you can get your copy of the 10 Pillars of Wealth. I hope that video was helpful, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.